most exciting game of their lives. From Television City in Hollywood, it's time to press your luck. And now, here's your host, the star of Press Your Luck, Peter DeMarcus.
Thank you. Thank you. My thanks to the one and only Roddy, and welcome to Press Your Luck, the most competitive game in television. And now let's meet the three players who are going to be pressing their luck today, starting with our returning champion, Toni. How are you, Toni?
Fine.
Well, see, I have your total here, Toni, and I have to keep scratching it off. Now we're up to $14,353.
Unbelievable.
I think that earned some interest overnight. Congratulations.
Thank you, Peter.
You ready to take on two more competitors?
I'm ready. Like I told you before, I think we should call this game Raise Your Blood Pressure instead of Press Your Luck. But I'm ready.
All right, if you're ready, let's meet the competitors, starting with Toni Kraft. How are you, Toni?
Fine, thank you.
Where are you from?
Los Angeles, born and raised.
Born and raised.
Right.
Hey, nature. Toni, I understand you are a downhill racer, or were?
That's right. I were.
I were.
I lived and survived. The downhill race.
That's like 60 miles an hour.
That's
something
right.
incredible.
And I did fall the first time, and I was stupid enough to go back and try it again. But I did survive.
Wow, that's incredible. Well, let's see if you can survive Press Your Luck and make some money. Okay. Let's meet the other competitor, Bob. Is it Pappert?
Yes, Pappert.
All right, Bob, how are you?
Just fine.
Bob, what do you do for a living?
I'm a journalism advisor for LA City Schools.
I see. And you're also a bit of a poker player?
Yeah, we get together once a year and have our own World Series of Poker, which I managed to win about 4 years ago. Of course, just for fun. We don't play for money. That's
I see. Well, there is strategy in this game.
Oh,
Let's see. No money, right. Let's see if Toni and the two Tonys, as it were, are intimidated by your poker ability.
I hope so.
Okay? Players, you know what happens now. I'm going to ask you 4 questions. Your answers will earn you spins at our big Press Your Luck game board. Obviously, the more spins you have, the more money you can win. You know our board is loaded with thousands of dollars in cash, terrific prizes, and every time you stop the board like this, stop, you make money. I did it again. I should play this game. However, there is something else that can happen, and that's called a whammy. If he jumps out, he reduces your total to 0, which is not a happy position to be in. So with that in mind, let us begin with the first question. Are you ready?
Ready.
According to a recent survey, which type of TV fare is most likely to be tape recorded on a home video recorder? Toni.
Movies.
All right. Is the correct answer? Well, before I even give the correct answer, if that is the correct answer, I'm going to give you 3 spins if you're right. I'm going to take your answer and 2 others, give them to Toni and Bob. If they're right, they will earn a spin apiece. Now I'll give the answer. Is it movies, soap operas, or sports, Toni?
I'll say movies.
Toni will say movies. Let's see what Bob says.
Go with sports.
You're going to go with sports. Well, we're most likely to tape movies. That means that the Tonys go into the spin column with 1 for this Toni. Bob doesn't get any, and this Toni over to my left, we're going to have to deal with something. And Toni Y gets 3. So we've got 1, 0, 3. Here's the second question. Another one for the Press Your Luck gourmet. Other than water, what is the main ingredient in bouillabaisse? Bob?
Beef.
Beef. All right. Is the correct answer beef, potatoes, or seafood? Toni?
Seafood.
Toni said seafood. Let's see what Toni says. Toni, I'm going crazy here.
Seafood.
Seafood. The main ingredient in bouillabaisse is seafood. You mixed it up. Toni, the lady Toni goes to 2. Bob's yet to be heard from, and the man Toni goes to a big 4. All right, Bob, here's the third question. This could be your move. Believe me, this has nothing at all to do with music. But how many dollars do you have if you have a C note in your wallet? Bob.
$100.
All right, is the correct answer $100, $10, or $50? Toni.
$100.
100 says this Toni, the other Toni.
This Toni says $100.
This Toni says $100. If you've got a C note, you indeed have $100. And those spins will turn into dollars. Toni's got 3. Bob buzzed in, so he jumps up to a big 3, and Toni goes to 5. And here is our 4th and final question. What is America's most played card game? Toni.
I'm going to say poker.
Poker. Is the correct answer poker, bridge, or solitaire? Toni?
I'll say poker, too.
Toni will say poker. Let's go to Bob.
Let's go with solitaire.
Let's go with solitaire. Well, our most played card game is solitaire. Tony winds up with 3 spins. Bob goes to 4 spins. And Tony over on my right ends up with 5 spins. You have a chance to convert your spins into dollars. The exciting Pressure Luck Game board. And we come back. We are back. Players, it's time to turn those spins into dollars. We've got $13,000 up there on that board, as well as some prizes and some surprises, and a few whammies up there just to keep you honest. Also, remember, that each spin can bring you up to $1,500, and that's very important because the player who winds up this round on top gets to play last in the final round, and that gives you a distinct advantage. Remember, you can pass your whammies. You can't pass whammies. You can pass your spins at any time during your turn if you're afraid of the whammy. 4 whammies put you out of the game, and everything is at stake each time you spin. You'll go to the player with the fewest spins. That's Ms. Toni with 3 spins and no dollars. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
This is it. Big
Looking
bucks,
for dollars.
no whammy.
Stop it. Big bucks. $1,250 for Ms. Toni. 2 spins left, $1,250.
Gotta go.
Toni goes. Stop it up. Look, cut the rods.
All right, I'll take it. All right.
Very nice. We're $350. That brings you up to $1,600. 1 spin, you've got first place, Toni. Gonna go. $1,600 at stake. Stop at $550. Ms. Toni winds up with $2,150. Excellent. What did that whammy? Let's go to Bob, who's got 4 spins. Let's see how well you can do, Bob. You have $2,150 to beat. Here we go. Stop. He's out of the way. He's gone out of the way. You got 3 more spins. You can still pick up some big bucks. You ready?
Okay, let's go.
Here we go,
Let's
Bob.
go.
No, I don't blame you, Bob. You're going to have to be a little careful. Strategy comes into play because you don't want to get into round 2 with 3 whammies, put you in a bad position. So you've got to be kind of careful what you do here. 2 spins, no dollars, 2 whammies. You know,
Take my chance.
you're going to go. Okay, Bob's going for it.
No, I'm going to pass
Big move. I'm sorry.
I'm going to pass it.
Did you say pass or
I think
go?
I said pass.
He said, my fault. My fault? Okay. They're going to be passed. The 2 gets passed. Over to Toni with $2,150. She's the player with the highest amount of money. Sorry about that, Bob, but we caught it in time. 2 that you've got to take, Toni.
All right.
Here they go, one at a time. $2,150 first place at stake. $1,500. $3,650 for you, Ms. Toni. And 1 more spin. Let's see if you can avert that whammy. 1 spin, first place. $500, and you picked up a spin. Now, Toni, you have $4,150, 1 spin that you can do whatever you want with. You can pass it to Bob or Toni, or you can take it yourself. You've got first place at stake, $4,150. You hit a whammy, you go back to 0.
I want to pass.
Pass it to Bob or Toni. Your namesake or to Bob.
Decisions,
Bob
Peter.
has 2 whammies, Toni has none.
I'll pass it to Bob.
You pass it to Bob. I figured as much,
Boy,
Bob.
you're not nice.
No, well, that's strategy. Let's see how it pays off for one or the
come
other.
on, some
1
money.
spin you've got to
Come on.
take. Stop at $300.
All right.
He puts you into the money.
That's right.
That's real nice. You ought to thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
$300 with $4,150 for Ms. Toni. Let's go to Mr. Toni with 5 spins. Are you ready?
Okay, Peter, I'm ready. Stop.
$200. 4 spins left, 3rd place. Goes on. Stop and advance 2 spaces to a microwave oven, Toni. Value of $548. $748, 2nd place. 3 spins left, 2nd place. Ms. Toni has about $3,300. 1 more, says Mr. Toni. Wild yonder, Toni. 1 whammy, 2 spins left, no dollars. You can go, or you can pass those spins to Miss Toni with $4,150. You gonna play? All right, gonna play. No dollars. Stop. Set. Go back 2 spaces. $1,500. Now, Toni, you are in 2nd position. $1,500, approximately $2,600 less than Miss Toni. 1 spin left.
Winner in this round. Pass it.
Pass it. That spin gets passed to you, Toni. 1 spin you've got to take. First place is at stake, $4,150.
Everything.
$4,150, first place, a lot of money. Stop! Mr. Toni did you in, Toni. $0. We've got Bob at $300 and Mr. Toni at $1,500. That means you're leading and you've got the advantage, Toni. We'll be right back with more questions, spins, prizes, surprises right after this. Players, I've got 4 more questions. That translates to 4 more golden opportunities to earn some spins. Spin become dollars, because in this round, a spin can be worth as much as $5,000. The player with the most money at the end of this round gets to take it all home and come back again tomorrow. With that in mind, are you all ready to play? Here's your first question. One of the fastest-growing fast food restaurants in America started as a roadside stand in Mexico. It's called El Polo Loco. What does the polo mean? Bob.
Chicken.
All right, it's the correct answer. Chicken, rabbit, or ribs. Tony?
Chicken, definitely.
Tony says it's chicken. Let's go to this Tony and see what it says.
Chicken.
Chicken. Well, polo means chicken. Correct. Miss Tony gets 1. Bob picks up 3 because he buzzed in. And Mr. Tony goes to 1. Here's the second question. Now, listen to this. How many women does President Reagan have in his cabinet even as we speak? Bob.
Try 5.
5 is the correct answer. 5, 1, or 3. Tony?
I'll say 3.
Tony will say 3, and it'll go over to Mr. Tony. What do you think?
1.
1. Reagan cabinet has more women than any other cabinet in history. 3.
All right.
They are Kirkpatrick, Joel, and Heckler. And Miss Tony picks up a valuable spin and goes to 2. Bob stays at 3, and Tony at 1. Here is the third question. What famous Australian singing group is composed of brothers named Barry, Robin, and Maurice? Tony?
Bee Gees.
All right, is the correct answer. The Bee Gees, the Go-Go's, the Police.
Definitely the Bee Gees.
Bob says it's the Bee Gees. Tony, what do you think?
Bee Gees.
Bee Gees. Barry, Robin, and Maurice are the Bee Gees. And that means that Miss Tony goes to big 5. Bob goes to 4, and Mr. Tony to 2. And here's the fourth and final question. 70% of all the perfumes and colognes bought by Americans are purchased as gifts for this holiday. What holiday is that? Tony?
Christmas.
All right, is the correct answer Christmas, Valentine's Day, or Mother's Day? Tony?
I'll say Valentine's Day.
Go with Valentine's Day.
And with, you're really jumping the gun, Bob.
Okay.
You pick Valentine's Day. And the answer is 70% of that good-smelling stuff is bought for Christmas. Tony stays at 5, Bob at 4, and Mr. Tony jumps up a big 3 to 5. And all our players will be taking those spins to Big Treasure Luck to the game board to decide who the big winner is going to be on Treasure Luck. So don't you dare go away. Players, it's time to convert those spins into dollars, and we've got 50,000 of those dollars up there just waiting for you to take it all. Also, we have some whammies just to keep things nice and honest, so you want to be very careful. Now, the player who wound up in round 1 with the highest total was Tony. That's $1,500, so you get to sit back and relax because you're going to go last. It's the final round, and as you know, Tony, that puts you in the driver's seat. Okay? Relax. We're going to go to the player with the least amount of money. Tony, Ms. Tony with $0, but you've got 5 spins, Tony. One whammy,
bring it up.
going to make some money.
Gonna get the money. Here we go. Stop!
Stop at Freeport
Okay.
in the Bahamas. A trip for 2, 6 nights, $2,125.
right,
Tony, put you into first place, 4 spins.
Gonna go.
Gonna go.
Stop!
Stop at, Rascal Devil. Took that Freeport vacation away. You have $0, but you do have 3 spins, Tony.
I'm
2
gonna go.
whammies. Gonna go. Okay.
No
Where it
more
gets
whammies.
tough.
Here we go. Stop!
Stop at $22.50.
All right.
Back into first place for Tony. 2 spins left, first place. You've got about $750 more than
Gonna
Mr.
go.
Tony. Gonna go. 2 whammies.
Stop!
Stop at a third whammy. All over it. The last few days he has been all over it. All right, Tony, no dollars. 3 whammies, 1 spin. As you know, 1 more whammy puts you out of the game. You've got 1 spin left. Tough decision. What are you going to do?
Gotta go for it.
Gotta go for it. All right, Tony.
Gotta go. This is it. Big
Intestinal
bucks.
fortitude. Make the money.
Stop!
Stop at $17.50. You went back and forth from third place to first place, and you're back in first place, Tony.
Okay.
$17.50. We're going to go over to Bob, who has 2 whammies, $300, 4 spins. Third place, Bob. Are you ready?
Let's go. We need some money. We need some money.
Stop!
Stop at $750. Brings you up to $1,050. Third place, 3 spins.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
$1,050 at stake. Stop at Kona, Hawaii. A trip for two with a value of $1,556 brings you up to $2,606. $1,100 more than Toni. You're going to go at trip to state, $600. $32.06, one spin left, first place by about $1,500.
Go!
Gonna go.
Go!
$32.06 at stake.
Stop!
Stop at a whammy. At a whammy. Not where you want it. Okay, Bob, 3 whammies, no dollars. You're not out of this game because Toni, who's left, can pass some spin. Well, things can happen.
I don't like
You
my
can pass
position.
spins to the other Toni. She could go to 0. You could come back in the game. You're not out of it. Toni, Mr. Toni with $1,500 and 5 spins. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You are right now in second place. Stop at $22.50. You're back into first place. $37.50, 4 spins. You've got about $2,000 more than Miss Toni. Gonna go. Stop at Big Bucks. $3,000 and a spin. That gives you $6,750. You still have 4 spins. What are you going to do? You're in first place by $5,000. Here we go. $67.50 at stake. Stop at $500 and a spin. $72.50 for you, Toni. 4 spins. You still have them. You've got, $5,500 more than Toni. Gonna go. $72.50 at stake. Stop at $2,500. $9,750. 3 spins left. $8,000 more than Toni. Gonna pass them. Toni, they come to you. 3 of them, Toni. Your problem is you not only have to get an amount greater than $97.50, you have to avert their whammy all the time. You pick up 1 whammy, Toni, Mr. Toni, it becomes the champion, stays as the champion with $97.50. Are you ready, Toni?
I'm ready.
3 times. Let's go for it. $17.50. Who's the champ? Stop at $2,500. So far, so good. That brings you up to $4,250. 2 more shots at it, Toni. You ready?
I like that
Toni,
number.
are you ready? The 2 Tonis vying for the championship. Here we go. Stop at $1,000. $5,250. Toni, you need a $5,000 hit, or you need something that gives you an additional spin to beat Toni. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. The 2 Tonis are going at it. Who's going to be the champion?
Stop!
Oh, winning! Our champion is Mr. Toni with $9,750. Congratulations, Toni. We'll be right back to find out exactly what you won right after this. We are back with today's big Press Your Luck winner, Toni. And Toni, it's all in cash today, $9,750. Now we add that to your total from previous days of $14,353, and we come up with a grand total of $24,103. And furthermore, Toni, that is under our $25,000 limit by exactly what a mathematician, $887, is that right?
Don't ask me.
887, 97, whatever. You don't get the 25,000, you get to come back.
Oh, terrific.
What a deal. Congratulations. And as far as the other Toni's concerned, it must have felt like a downhill race. You were really going for it. Right down to the end, right? You played well. So did Bob. We've got some nice prizes for you, so you will not be going away empty-handed. Thanks for being with us. Until next time when we see Toni, remember, the whammy is astute. He'll make you think he's cute. This is Peter Tomarkin saying so long for Press Your Luck. Bye-bye.
Here's what we have for our departing contestants. Strawberry Shortcake Riding Fun by Hedstrom. 16-inch bike and Strawberry Shortcake 2. Exclusively from Hedstrom, we put fun on wheels. And introducing Ragu Pizza Quick Complete Kit. The homemade pizza. Just open a box. It's Pizza Quick Kit and open your own pizzeria. Also for international entertaining or everyday meals, West Bend's Electric Oriental Wok. It's ideal for stir-frying, simmering, and stewing. Plus, Success Boil and Bag Rice. Perfect every time. Once you've tasted Success, nothing else will do. And the Norelco Clean Air Machine absorbs cigar and cigarette smoke, cooking, pet odors, and other pollutants. Filters air and freshens the room. Norelco Clean Air Machine. Plus, Nat Robbins Lip Prime. Invisible, silky soft lip care cream. Helps stop lipstick bleeding and feathering. Improves the look and feel of your lips.
Now, it's its situation hilarious with Coach Lubbock and his family on Just the 10 of Us. Next on USA.
This is Rob Roddy speaking for Press Your Luck, a Carruthers Company presentation.